What's up guys, it's your boy back again in a new video. I hope you guys enjoy. In this video we're doing the weekend review like we usually do, the top 3 fantasy performers of each game, and then we'll go through how my team performed over the weekend. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. First game of the weekend, and one of the craziest games of the weekend, we had the Dragons beating the Rabbits 32-12. First half score was 32-0. It was a crazy game. Top 3 fantasy performers, we had Damien Cook with 85, we had Cam Murray with 71, and we had Chloe Matangi with 61. Next game, we had the Cowboys beating the Seagulls right at the death, 28-26 at last drive, and Valentine Holmes put him over the edge. If you haven't watched this game, I recommend that you go on KO or whatever you can and watch this game. It's a pretty crazy game. Top 3 fantasy performers, we had Daly Cherry Evans with 77. We had Lachlan Croker, who played like amazing for like a 10-minute stint there, 76. And a Valentine Holmes with 66. Next game, we had the Storm beating the Broncos 32-20. All credit to the Broncos in this one. They actually played pretty well, so they should be proud of themselves. Top 3 fantasy performers, we had Jerome Hughes with 64. We had Harry Grant with 63. And we had Kama Kamitha with 55. Next game, we had the Sharks beating the Titans 18-10. And fair showing from the Titans. They actually played pretty well in this one, but the Sharkies just too classy. Top 3 fantasy performers, we had Nico Hines with 83 points. We had Tino with 64. And we had Brayley with 59. Next game, we had the Panthers just destroying my Warriors 40-6. To be fair with the Waz, I thought that was a very big improvement from the last couple of weeks. It just sucks that we came up against the Panthers who, man, like their attacking sets are just crazy. I thought defensively we were okay all the way up to, they just put on some nice back plays, and I think we started giving up a little bit, but overall, I thought we actually played pretty decently. And shout out to Ronald Volkman. I thought you played amazing, bro. I'd definitely keep you in that spot. That was his first game of rugby league, NRL football. So I thought he played really well. Top 3 fantasy performers, we had Nathan Cleary was 78, Isaiah Yeo was 77, Api Coruscant was 62. In probably one of the best games of this weekend, we had the Eels beating the Roosters 26-16. That first half was freaking unreal, man, unreal. Top 3 fantasy performers, we had Lindsay Collins with 66, great showing from him. Takiaho was 65, and then Suwali, he's keep building, man, was 60. Next game, we had the Raiders beating the Knights 20-18. Top 3 fantasy performers, we had Hudson Young with 79, Adam Elliott with 71, and Joe Tarpiner with 58. And last game of the weekend, we had the Doggies beating the Tigers 36-12. Great showing from the Doggies. All their players stood up. I could name all of them off the hand, but biggest one I was impressed with was Maxi King. I thought he played amazing in this one. Top 3 fantasy performers, we had Tamal with 65. We had Jacob Little with 58 and Pangai with 57. So unfortunately, we lost both our games on the weekend. We had overall score of 835. In the Yellowstone League, we had the Shanghai Scorpions beating us 9-15 to 835. And then our game league, Mick Channing, who is a crazy good fantasy player, beating us 960 to 835. So overall, judging by the weekend, we didn't get the best score on the weekend, but a lot of teams going over 900. So hopefully we keep building, we keep putting players where we need to be, and you'll soon see the players that didn't perform for us. So this is how the team looks over the weekend. Overall rank, we're 21,000. We've moved back a little bit. We'd made jumps there, and then we moved back a little bit. I think this weekend, a lot of big high scorers, and we just couldn't capitalize on it. Obviously, biggest underperformer we see here is Joshy Schuster with 2. He only played 20 minutes in this game, which is crazy. He had 2 big 80-minute games. First one didn't play amazing with fantasy, but I thought he played well. And then the second one, he played okay with fantasy, got over 40 points. And then they just chuck him back on the bench, and he's a bench warmer. I really don't know what's going on there. Andrew Davey, he's playing really well, so maybe he's keeping him out of his spot as much as possible. So I'm going to put him on the bench until I see a little bit more out of him, because I think I see a lot of boys picking him up. We'll have to see how we go. So we'll run through the team quickly and see, obviously one by one. So we had Teddy with 42 points. Pretty okay game from him. Not the best one. He was shut down a lot from the Eels. They played really well in that one. Scotty Drinkwater with 50. Pretty decent game from him. He's been awesome for us lately. Nico Hines with 83. A big score from Nico. He played amazing. Maybe should have been captain this week, but I felt comfortable with Cleary against the Warriors, and Cleary didn't, he played really well as well. So At centre, we had Isaac Tunga with 24, and then we had Penasini with 54. Tungo obviously didn't get a lot of the ball on the weekend. I think the Warriors defensively shut that side down quite well. Other than like obviously Dylan Edwards getting through in the middle there, and Taylor May obviously muscling himself over. Other than that, I think all the boys shut them down really well. I think they attacked more so to our opposite side where Volkman and all that was. And I thought Volkman really stood up. I thought he played pretty decently there. A lot of the time we got beaten on the edge. I think there was only that one time where Liam Martin crashed over. So I thought we played pretty decently anyway. Nathan Cleary, 156 and captain, pretty well. Jake Alvarillo with 47, continuing that little streak he's got going on. I know, again, he's had 2 tries, and that's his base for 2 tries at the moment. But I think the way the doggies are playing, he's getting a little bit more confidence, and I'm still seeing the buildings of a really good fullback. So probably see a little bit more run meters in that coming later on. I'm pretty sure he didn't really get too many run meters there, but he scored a lot of tries, a lot of tackle breaks. I thought he played pretty decently. Tohu Harris with 43, not the best score from him, but you know, it is what it is, as long as we're getting over those 40s with him. Schuster obviously with 2, not the best overall. I still can't believe he only played like 30 minutes. Honestly, it's crazy to me. Jason Tamalolo with 44, Isaiah Papali'i with 49, 2 pretty decent showings. Isaiah Papali'i was brought in to be our big boy, so hopefully he can get up to those decent points again. And I thought he played really well on the weekend. I think he just came off with a HIA, I think, a little bit later on. But yeah, Adam Elliott played fucking awesome with 71 points. He's definitely a player that I'm really enjoying at the moment, and I think he's playing like out of his skin, so definitely check him out. Reed Money with 42, not the best points from him, especially when you got players like Harry Grant, Blake Bailey, and all those boys are really scoring really, really well. But you know, he is what it is. Like, he's going to consistently get around those points, like 40 to 50. So it's what I knew when I was getting Reed. I wasn't probably going to pop out and get like an 80 overall scorer. I think I just wanted someone there that's consistent overall. So, yeah, pretty good. Bench-wise, we had Max Kim with 51, starting front row. He's been playing amazing, so he's definitely a keeper for me at the moment. Until I see signs where he's turning around, then I'll ship him off. Nat Butcher's probably going to be one I'll ship off this week, see how much he drops in cash. I'm not too sure. You know, 624, I could probably get up to a $700 to $800 player. I'm looking at Cam McGuinness because he is playing around that round 17, and he'll be good cover there with Isaiah Papali'i. Other than that, maybe swapping him for Ryan Pappenhausen or that. But I think Ryan's going to be out for a couple of weeks anyway with the COVID protocol. So we'll see how we go. But yeah, Nat's probably going this week. Cooler with 36, pretty good score from him. He's just got to keep building cash. I think he's really finding his spot in this Manly Seagulls team, so it's good to see he's getting them fantasy points now. Brendan Smith, 29, pretty decent game from him. Well, not actually, pretty shit game, but you know, it is what it is. I have just chucked to stay with him at the moment, especially around round 17. The Storm are playing, so definitely keeping him for that. Xavier Savage, 40 on the bench. He played really well. Karaz, 49. Again, just building that cash for me. And Fidel with 13. Obviously, this is how Fidel is. He can score like 60 one week and then score like 5 the next week. So he's just that player. And unfortunately, Wishart is just not getting the run at the moment, sitting in reserves. But come around 17, he will, I bet you anything, he'll get a run. So yeah, that's pretty much how the team runs around. Overall, I'm looking at maybe trading out Nat Butcher this week. He's not a definite, but he's definitely the one I'm looking at because he's still got a bit of cash that he's built up for me, and someone I can flip for a really, really good player that I could probably chuck Shuey on the bench, put Elliott into my edge position or Papali'i, and then get Cam McGuinness up in there. So yeah, I think overall we're building a really decent squad. I see Jake Alvarillo is going to be building a lot of cash. Yeah, I think we're in good stead at the moment for the run home, obviously. We're going to flip a lot of these players for some big boys, take out a lot of the emergencies that aren't, you know, obviously built all that cash for me, and then chuck them all in my team. So we'll have to see how we go. Appreciate all you guys for the support in the comments down below. Comment down below how your team's going in this weekend, next weekend, your fantasy team, your NRL team, either one. I appreciate talking to every single one of you. So Sorry about my voice and that at the moment. For some reason, obviously cold weather, I just get a lot of phlegm and stuff. So it is what it is. Like, I'm not sick, but I feel alright. So yeah, appreciate you guys. Peace out.